Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to a suggestion video featuring the Dr. Mater related cars. This was suggested to me by Sebastian Metayer. Thank you very much for your suggestion. I really do appreciate it. And if any of you would like to suggest something to yourself, the information is down in the description below on how to do so, along with the information on how to request something on your birthday. So if you guys are not aware, I actually just recently did a suggestion video on the rescue squad related cars, which obviously focused on the fire department related cars, and now this will focus on the Dr. Medic related cars, because there were two scenes within the rescue squad Mater short, kind of two themes. You got the fire department and you got the medical. So I wanted to split them up, plus they were suggested by two different people. So obviously now we have the Dr. Mater related cars. So let's get into it. To begin, we have Dr. Mater himself. Now this is the version with the mask down. As you can see, the mask is not covering his mouth, and there's a version with it covering his mouth. I'll show that in a moment, but obviously Dr. Mater appeared in the doctor scene, medical scene, and now this is instantly after they have brought Lightning McQueen to the hospital. So Mater changed pretty quickly from the fire truck into the doctor, and now of course it's always kind of fishy on whether this is actually the truth, because he's telling his tall tales. But it's a really cool Mater, one of my favorites actually. I like how they kind of put this thing on his head around the head there, kind of the roof, I guess you could say. I also like his mask. His mask looks really cool, but it looks even better on the masked up version, which I'll show in a moment. On the side here you can see Dr. Mater with the Cars medical logo, which I actually showed the real life version in the last video if you want to check that out for the ambulance. Now I feel like this is one of the most clean Maters ever, and it has to be because he's a doctor. And again, this one actually doesn't have the A113 license plate. Instead it says Dr. Mater, so that's pretty cool. But I would think, oops, sorry for moving the camera there, but you know, usually they do the A113 license plate even if it is a tune, but they didn't for this one, which is alright. But I love the red and white caution paint on the back here. Got some painted taillights as well. It looks really nice in my opinion. I like the top lights over here as well, and I actually really do like these white tires with the turquoise rims. It looks really cool. Very nice detailed car. And this is the brand new Mater, and they're very similar, but the colors are slightly different. Brand new Mater is a little bit lighter baby blue, I guess you could say, or turquoise, than Dr. Mater, but they both have the hood on instead of off. Very similar kind of in design, but they both have the great towing cables, different little caution things in the back here, but basically the same. Maybe you can infer that this is kind of the time where Mater was the brand new, so this it kind of makes sense, because this was the first Cars Toon that was ever released, and that probably took place maybe before the other ones. I'm not really sure, because this is the only scene, or this is the only short that really focuses on that Mater's not the rusty car, because if you think about it, in El Matador, he's kind of the rusty car, even though, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain it, but think about Monster Truck Mater. He went from the rusty car and then became Monster Truck Mater. Or let me think, Heavy Metal Mater, that was brand new Mater without the hood. So there's a lot of different stages of Mater. So here's the Dr. Mater. Now I really like this one for the expression. You could just feel the smoothness of the mask. I really like that, and the expression looks nice because he's obviously focusing on the experiment, or I guess I should say surgery. Because if you saw the short, it seems like McQueen got, like, I don't know, not really tortured, but a pretty harsh procedure done to him, because he screams, and that kind of ended the short there. So that's the only difference between these two, but that the mask and the expression. Otherwise they are basically the same. Here we have Nurse Cory, which is my least favorite car in this short, because it's so boring and so similar to the Cory Turbulence that was released in the Cars line for Walmart exclusive back in 2007, 2008, around there, and was re-released this year. I did a review on that. I'll put that link down in the description below, but they are very similar, and they are actually the same character. I don't really know why they chose to do Nurse Cory again. I'm not really sure at all, but they do have slightly different colors, kind of the same color thing with brand new Mater. This is a little bit darker, and this is a little bit lighter. Nurse Cory Cory has the white tires and the silver rims there. Now, one feature about her that I really like is this kind of exhaust pipe, and you can see that's a different color than the base. It's silver. I feel like that's really cool detailing on Mattel's part, but Cory Turbios has always been one of my least favorite cars because it's just not very detailed. Cory's supposed to have review mirrors that go on the side here, but they never did that, and one weird thing about the nurse Cory here is that they didn't really outline her eyebrow there, so it looks a little bit weird, I guess. Not really weird, but it's different from the original. And I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't color the teeth white. They just left it turquoise, which is unfortunate. And they're basically the same on the sides, and on the back they just have different colored taillights. And that is basically it for Nurse Cory. Pretty boring in my opinion. Next up is Nurse GTO. Now, I may be wrong about this, but I believe she is her own unique diecast. There are no other diecasts in the Cars line that use her model, so I feel that that's really nice. And it's a really kind of cool car, very unique in my opinion. She has these kind of two intakes on her hood here, which are very nice, and that's probably the most unique thing about her that stands her out from other cars. Also, she's got this really cool hat on she's kind of, I believe, the head nurse. I mean, that's kind of the idea I get, like head of Cory, Mia, and Tia, but she's kind of like the head nurse. It says GTO with a stripe on the bottom here. I also really like her rims. They're nice white rims. Now, I'm surprised she does not have white tires, but I guess maybe that's some of the perks of being a head nurse. You don't have to abide by the standards of the other ones. And now RNGTO is her license plate. Now I'm blanking out. I know RN stands for something nurse, and reception nurse, I'm not sure, but I know it stands for something nurse. Now, you guys are probably going to leave a comment for me telling me what that is, but I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head. But I really like this Nurse GTO, and now the only car that I could really find similar to her was Denise Beam, and they're not even that similar that at all, really, but they're just kind of the same size sedan, and that's really why I just wanted to show, because otherwise, just really hard to, I guess, if you don't have Nurse GTO, really hard to get an idea of her. But she's very nice. Just one of my favorites from this series, actually. I would not mind if she got a re-release in the next, like, Walmart Cars Toon series. That would be really cool. Now we have Nurse Mia and Nurse Tia. Now, before you guys comment what RN means, I looked it up. It's a registered nurse. So I was close, but that does mean registered nurse. So it doesn't really mean head nurse or anything. It's just you're a registered nurse, you're able to be a nurse. So obviously Mia and Tia look very similar. They have different expressions. This here is Mia. As you can see on the license plate, it says RN Mia, registered nurse Mia, and her eyebrow is kind of low. But then Tia here has a eyebrow that's going high, and she looks a little bit more excited. Now, they both have their mask up, which look pretty cool. Just a really nice pair of Mia and Tias. I've always been a fan of the Mia and Tias. And now, one unique quality about them is that they have kind of like a hairband on, which the other nurses don't. I feel like if Cory had that, she would have been like 45% better if she had like a hairband like this. And that's just kind of plastic texture, and it looks really nice. And I also really do like the white wheels, or tires, I mean, on these. They just look really cool, along with the turquoise rim there. Just really nice. I like them a lot. And as you can see, RN Tia, RN Mia for the license plate there. And nothing really too much to say. Obviously, they're just Mia and Tia that appear in basically every short that revolves around Metayer. Now, I have to say my favorite version of Mia and Tia were probably in some of the newer shorts, like Tokyo Metayer. Well, not really newer shorts, but ones that actually never got released, like Tokyo Metayer ones, the Cowgirl Mia and Tia from Monster Truck Metayer, and the ones from Metayer Private Eye, but those never got released. They kind of stopped doing the Mia and Tias after Metayer the Greater. That's really the last one Mattel did. Disney Store did the Senorita Mia and Tia, but I'm surprised that they couldn't continue with the Mia and Tias. I mean, they were great sellers there. Really nice diecast. Last but definitely not least, we have the Orderly Pitties #1 and #2. Very nice. These are some of my favorite Pitties in the Cars Toon shorts. I love them all because it was just kind of a trend that were in the Cars Toons that they would always have some sort of unique Pitties and some sort of unique Mia and Tia. Now the Pitties again stopped kind of getting released, although they carried on with the Pitties a little bit further. Like they went on to referee Pitties. They did do Techie and Packy, but I really do like these. They're really nice. I like the expressions that they changed it up. This one's smiling a little bit more, and you can see the painted mouth there. Unfortunately, they do do have a mouth plate, so see how the mouth is different from the actual body. There's lines in between there though. And on the side here, you can see, of course, the medical logo. Now, one complaint I have about these is that they're not really detailed. I mean, that's the only tampo that are on there. Otherwise, it's just all turquoise and nothing really else. I do kind of like the details on the wheels, though. They kind of put a white dot in there with some silver things going around it, which is nice. And now for this one, number 2, he's a little bit unhappy. I'm not really sure why, but at least that they changed up the expression, so that's pretty cool. He just kind of has some sort of like frown on his face there, just kind of a straight face, I guess. And his designs are exactly the same as well. Now these are exactly the same as any of the wide piston cup pitties, I guess. I mean, there were several names. I believe some call them fat, wide, but it's basically just kind of like the tall, wide ones, and they're the same here. This is trunk fresh, and they are the exact same hat, everything, and pretty nice. And that is basically it for the orderly pitties. Very nice, I like them a lot. Thank you guys for watching this suggestion, and thank you, Sebastian Metayer, for the suggestion. I really do appreciate it. I hope the video lived up to what you'd hoped it to be. And one thing I just wanted to mention to you guys, I'd like to thank you guys for all the support you guys gave me on the 1K special. In less than 12 hours, I already had all these very nice comments. I really do appreciate it. I didn't know if you guys would really like that because it was just kind of a different sort of video. It was rather short, and you guys didn't know what to expect because I didn't really give any previews to it. So I'm glad you guys liked it, and thank you again for 1,000 subscribers and all the continuous support. And to close the video, I'd like to talk about the rankings, or I guess order of the videos that I asked you guys to vote on. So first up, on Tuesday we'll have the Carbon Racers. Then on next Saturday, I believe we'll have Brian Gierlewski. Then the following Tuesday will be Circus Pickup, and then next 2 Saturdays from now it'll be the Disney Store Ice Racers. So that is the order you guys voted on. That's majority rules, I guess you could say. Now I believe that will be the schedule, unless again I will be very busy within the next few weeks because I have to go, and like I am going on a vacation for Thanksgiving, and I have some sort of like schoolwork stuff to do before that, so I may miss an upload. I really hope I won't, but if I miss one, I hope it'll not be a suggestion video because those are your videos, I promise you guys. So if I miss a video, it will probably be one of the ones I just mentioned, so please forgive me. I hope I don't miss any. I'll try to pre-record, but yeah, I'll be pretty busy within the next few weeks. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.